Most, not all, but most young teens should be bulking for 6 months plus. If you want to go from a skinny fat nerd to an athlete and someone who looks physically capable, is impressive to the people around them, then there's no point in going from skinny fat to trying to lose that fat and just still ending up like skinny and possibly still skinny fat. That's what I did. Early in my fitness journey, I cut quite a lot of fat in a very short amount of time and I didn't have any muscle to show for it. Believe me, if you saw me do a front double bicep, you'd think I was anorexic and about to starve myself. That's the trap I don't want most of you young teens to fall into if you're a gamer and if you just barely eat and you spend most of your time playing video games, but you're interested in actually like being one of those guys that goes to the gym and like looks ripped and stuff, right? Don't fall for it. The most healthy thing for you to do right now is to go into a long-term healthy bulk combined with some hard ass strength training and weightlifting. I saw a recent video from Max Euceda. I can't remember how to say it, but he's a college YouTuber and a fitness influencer that is studying for something to do with the fitness industry, but he's started making a living whilst studying, and it's like completely redundant for him to be studying from now on, so good for him. But he made a video titled Bulk, plainly and simply, and it just involved him eating like half a jar of peanut butter or something like that. Know what it's like, bro. Sometimes it just sticks to your mouth and you just can't fucking get it down. But bulking, in a sense, to all the people new to the gym, is gaining weight at a controlled pace to where you're gaining muscle and a little bit of fat, but you're overall building strength and hypertrophy and growing your muscle cells. The lean muscle actually stuck onto your body. When you cut that muscle down and you diet for fat loss, then you can shed off most of that fat with pretty much little to no muscle loss and reveal all the muscle that you've built and look lit, look actually jacked. But this takes long dedicated phases of each. You can't just go bulk for 2 months, cut for 2 months, bulk for 2 months, cut for 2 months. I have mates doing this and they're really not making much progress and they're just getting recurrent body dysmorphia. They get some flab and they don't feel comfortable and they have to push themselves to eat even when they don't feel like it, and then they're just like, oh no, I'm sick of this, cut. And then they cut, but then they think that they don't look big, and then they're like, oh man, I gotta gain some muscle, I'm just tired, I gotta do something about this. Bulk. But you have to bulk long term. You have to think into the future. Delayed gratification. That's what this is about. That's ultimately what the gym is. Because you don't go into a workout thinking, after this workout, I'm gonna be strong, or I'm gonna reach my ideal bench PR after one workout. That's not how it works. It's all training. And training takes repetitions, repeated times to the gym to break down the muscle, recover the muscle outside of the gym, make linear progress over time. It's okay if there's stumps in the road, but over months and years, you can see the progress changes from 2 years from now to today, or now to 2 years ago, and you can just see insane progress. I appreciate that Max made that video to kind of make bulking cool again, make bulking long-term cool again, even though it was never cool. But I believe that for most untrained teenagers, this is the perfect path for them. Unless you're like really obese and just getting into fitness and all that. But for those skinny gamer guys that, you know, I used to be a gamer and all that, who are envious of that stuff, get into the gym, start eating more. That sets you up for later adulthood. During this time, 14 to 17 years old, your human growth hormone is at its highest. So cutting too soon for many of you is pointless. You'd be reversing the potential gains that you could be making in your beginner years. And the crazy thing is, that's where most of your strength comes from. So when Max Euceda said he'd keep his bulk going on into late 2025, all the comments were like, bro, what? No way, you can't be doing that. It's actually pretty smart. He said it's the bulk to end all bulks. I don't think we all should need one bulk to end all bulks that like makes us morbidly obese before we go into a cut. But I think that multiple long-term bulks, our first bulk should be probably the longest. I'd say 1 to 3 years. I'd say multiple years. If you start off at a reasonable body fat percentage, if you obviously started at an obese stage, like I was when I was 13, starting fitness, trying to lose weight, then you can think about losing weight and trying to gain muscle at the same time, since that is much more viable of an option for you, if that's your case. But for the skinny fat guys, but for the skinny gamer guys, believe me, I know what it's like. I used to be obese, I used to be anorexic. It sucks. You want to be jacked and ripped. So you can't pick both. In your situation, you can't pick both. But what you can do is really set yourself up. But it's just gonna have to take time. You can sacrifice that time. You get that girl that you thought would never look at you. You can get the validation that you wanted. Personally, that's not why I do it. But later down the road, you will definitely see the results pay off externally. External validation. I much prefer the internal validation. And that's why I say do this long term and think about this long term, because over time, you'll really learn to love the gym and love the process, love the journey. That's what creates the internal validation and consequently the confidence. After your first bulk, you want to go into a 3 to 6 month cut, maybe longer, depending on how much fat you have to lose. And you can maintain for a bit. You want to maintain a solid energy expenditure. You just want to make sure that you're functioning healthily as a human being. Being a fit person doesn't just mean being in a constant bulk cut cycle, but after you've maintained your weight at this new low body fat percentage with the muscle that you've built over the previous years, you'd be very satisfied. Repeat the cycle again, and you could bulk for another year, 2 years, and then rinse and repeat. Cut 3 to 6 months, maintain. You should only need maybe 3 or 4 big bulks in your life to get the dream physique that you want. Me personally, after cutting down to a really low body fat percentage and being really light for my height, I'm 6'3", and I got down to almost 70 kilos last year, and I've been focusing on bulking up, being very meticulous with it, tracking what I eat, eating clean, no dirty bulking, and being in it for the long game. Fine if I don't have a bicep vein on both arms, but I'm just thinking about 23-year-old me, 21-year-old me. He's gonna be a beast, bro. Mark this video right now. 21-year-old Nick, bro. Oh my. He's gonna be stunting on everyone. And I hope the same happens for you. Hope this was insightful. Thanks to Max Euceda for posting the video. I definitely resonate with it. Screw all those hate comments that fitness influencers get that criticize them for not constantly being shredded year round. You don't have to. You're in it to build the best physique of your life. This is a part of it. So embrace it. Love you guys. Follow my journey if you want. Subscribe, like, share. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on how you structure seeing your physique journey and building it. Nick Steep signing out. See ya.